Hello, welcome to Sarah Overbooked. I am Sarah, and today I'm going to be doing my August TBR. I'll be playing my revised candy game that I made to choose my TBR again for the month of August. Cat is here all around, so if the camera falls, it's her. So here we go. Alright, here we are again doing CandyLand chooses my TBR. This is for August. I did come up with something for the tar pit. I figure if I land on the tar pit, I will choose a series from my series jar and focus on that for the month. And I also thought that with the treats, instead of pulling a card, I would just be able to choose a book that I had to read that was on my TBR. So without ado, here we go. Let's start with the first roll. 25. All right, the first roll puts us on art. So have to find a book with art in it, based on art, something to do with art. Okay, so first roll, I landed on art, and I chose a book where the main character is an artist. That's how I chose to interpret that one. And so The Silent Patient by Alex McLadies. I am horrible with names, just right there. I pronounced that wrong, had to have. I'm sorry, I'll pronounce more wrong. Some people love this book, some people hate this book. There doesn't seem to be an in-between, not many in-between at least, so we'll see how I fall into that. I think I do have one other of his books. I'm not sure, but I've been kind of putting off buying books from this author until I read one and know whether I like the style or not. Roll 2, 27. Second roll lands us on the reading list. So basically something on my TBR, so this is going pretty great. Roll number 2, I landed on reading list, and that turns out perfect because I started the 52 Book Club's Connections. What are they called? Reading challenge? The 52 Book Club's Connections reading challenge, and without even thinking or looking at it, I just put a first book in. It happened to be the book I'm reading, which was Leviathan Wakes. And lo and behold, the second prompt is a book with the same word in the title as the first book you read. Not a single book on my TBR had Leviathan, other than books later in that series, much later in that series, or Wakes. So I had to do a little research, and I came up with 6 Wakes by Mur Lafferty. It's a sci-fi. It says a lone ship, a murdered crew, and a clone who must find her own killer before they strike again. Sci-fi mystery. I figured I might be interested in this. I never heard of it, and I never heard of the author, but I'm gonna give it a shot. 7. First card draw of the game. Do a little shuffle. I'm horrible at shuffling, as you can see. Go first. New to me author. All right. And for the third prompt, I landed, oh no, it pulled out a card, a new to me author. and I found a local bookstore recently, and they have monthly book club meetings, and this month is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I have never read from Liz Moore before, so I will put that on my TBR so that I can get that done and hopefully get to that to help support local. Next roll, a 4. And that is gonna put me on folklore and fairy tales. And prompt number 4 was folklore and fantasy. You'll remember this one. Obviously, I didn't read this in July. So Briar Rose by Jane Yolen, retelling of Sleeping Beauty. Hopefully, I will get a July recap done soon. All right, next. 17. Another card draw. Just do it this way. A translated book. Okay. Book number 5, roll number 5, prompt number 5, however you want to say it, landed on a card which was translated book. And in my 25 for 25 and what I own, I have the Iliad from Homer, so I will be hopefully getting to that this month. Next roll, 10. Another card. A debut. Book number 6, another card, was a debut, and I will be going with Andy Weir's The Martian. It's about time that I read this one. I've already read Hail Mary from him, so time to go back and read the others. Next roll, 26. Another card. A paperback. Book number 7, I landed on a card again, and that is paperback. And I chose The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. This was a book club book for a book club that I've dropped out of. They rarely pick any books that I'm even slightly interested in, but this was one of them. And the funny thing is, the one book that they chose that I owned is the one book I didn't read for that book club while I was in it, so might as well read it now. And this could possibly be our last roll. Nope, 6. A series. Well, I'm pretty sure I know what that one's gonna be. Number 8, I landed on the series tile, and for that one, I'm going to read How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. I've been interested in this one since it came out, and since the second one is now out, it's time to get to it. And hopefully last roll, 24. Yep, that'll definitely be our last roll. 8, 9, 10, 11, 24. And I get a free book for finishing the map. The book I chose for finishing the map is going to be my buddy read. We are finishing up Caliban's War right now, so book 3 of The Expanse is Abandon's Gate, and that will be the one that I will be reading for this. Those are the 9 books that I chose for the prompts that I got on my TBR game. We'll see how I do. I did very poorly in July. Video to come. So, have you read any of these books? Are you interested in any of these books? Is there one that you think I should get to first? let me know down in the comments. And want to help the channel and leave a comment but don't have anything to say, leave a candy emoji. Thank you, and I will see you next time.